Quite a few names. There's quite a few names for prayers today. Prayers for David Harris in Marin, healing from cancer. Pray for Nikki, following up scans after cancer surgery. Please pray for Skylar Knight, a nephew who is 18 years old with severe depression and suicidal ideation. 18. Pray for David, just lost his daughter to suicide.
Oh.
Please pray for Jana, who has breast cancer. Please pray for Marcus, who is having serious mental and emotional difficulties. Please pray for Sam Brandon, who has serious complications from his hip replacement surgery and must have it redone.
You always have this problem.
I have funny shaped ears.
Yeah. I never had problem.
Is that better? Please pray for Eliza Welsh, who has uterine cancer, and Martin Brown, who just died 2 weeks ago. Please pray for Judy Hollander, undergoing her second round of chemotherapy for lymphoma. Please pray for Mike Burns with metastatic prostate cancer. And please pray for Julie Green, who suffered broken ribs and a punctured lung from horseback accident last week.
She's quite okay. She came here the other day. Not life danger. It's on the healing process.
Please pray for Fred, the husband of Sandy Novak, for successful eye surgery. It was yesterday. Please pray for Carol Fitzgerald, newly diagnosed with cancer for the second time. Please pray for Thomas Peckenham, stage 4 prostate cancer. M. Priscilla R. Liza Day, Rudy P. Kova A. and Maureen P.
Yeah. Today we have a special 2 guests. Elizabeth, I think Namjal, you know. She's a fine teacher. I think did many good things. And she's still very young. She will do a lot of good things in the future. And we have one Tibetan friend just show up today. And he quietly visit Dorji Yudama almost every day and did extensive practice because his mother or auntie was Yudama's oracle. And he came to US, I don't know when. He went to Taramandala, established library, finished that, and he come here, wanted to do something here. And then when he saw Doji Yudama shrine room here, he almost break down. Not joking. I was so happy. Since that, I think I heard the rumor that one Tibetan man always go there and pray, long, extensive prayer. And he gave me one special tanga, printed. So, Dorji Yudama also. I think today is auspicious day. So it's a little different style. I think she changed her clothes and items. She's not permanent, movable, I think. Retreat manager, can you put there? Somewhere there. Then we see what we can do in the future. Yeah. Put at the back, okay. Put against the, yeah, more stable. I think she would like that. And I think many of you know Sangzar Rinpoche. I always forgot introducing him. Last week I did the last day. I assume you know. Uh, he appeared every year here, more or less. And I met him when he was 13 years old in Tibet. First time I went to Tibet, Nangchen. And he was in retreat, 3 days retreat. And his father's father and Tukujar Rinpoche is our brother. And he's also reincarnated Lama. And early part of his life he spent in Tibet. Did a lot of practice, study, in the old-fashioned way. And then he came to Nepal, middle way. His life 3 parts. And study with Tukujar Rinpoche. I think received many teachings, many other great lamas, Khenpos, and stayed at Tukujar Rinpoche's monastery a few years. Then he went to Dzongsar, India, study. Finally, he ended up in US. Now he's immigrant, alien. Soon he will become citizen. So now he ended up in the modern life. So studying modern, but I don't know how he's catching up. His old brain is already screwed up with the old brain already. Some part is good, some part is a little smelly. His driving part is terrible. His driving and my swimming are same. I drive quite well, but swimming is terrible. When I swim, the whole swimming pool shakes. So when he drives, whole Crestone shakes. Especially me. So I advise him not to drive. I did ask, did you drive in California sometime? He said, sometime. Almost my eyes came out. I asked him not to do that. Everyone assume everyone is professional. And if you're not professionals? Professionalist? Professionalist? And then you're gone. They assume you drive well, no? That's why I'm really scared to drive in US. I'm not making mistake. No, they're not making mistake. I make mistake, and both of us lose life. So better not drive. But I'm quite okay. Don't worry. I have a panoramic view. Every time I come to the panoramic way, I'm quite peaceful. When I reach peaceful way, and I meditate overlook. But he's not doing that. He stayed in California. He didn't have panoramic view. No, joking. So I asked him not to drive. He only can drive in Tibet and Nepal. Nepal, everyone is making mistake. So what? So they get wisdom out of mistakes in Nepal. If you are a little bit early, they will stop. In America, you're a little bit early. If you are wrong, they will hit you. So need to be very cool. So yeah. So I think he's learning a lot of things. Mixture culture, culture cross culture. Yeah. But not so doing well the modern one. Maybe no need, yeah. But ancient part is excellent. Ancient wisdom carries very well. So if you want to study with him, if you want authentic without contaminated by modern, then go to him, and you will get sampa smell of teaching. Okay. Anyway, back to our work. Sanje Chudang Soji Chonam La Jangju Baradu Dane Japsun Je Dagi Jin So Jibe Sunan Je Rola Benjir Sanje Roba Sho in the Buddha, the Dharma, the Supreme Sangha. Namo Ngo Dongpa Yu Go Ran Xin Salawa Long Jun Do Do Je Na Zu Zhu Ge La Yang Yu Bar Do Ya Zun Je Namo. Semje damje dewa dan devi yudan dembara yurje donga dan dongal je yudan rawa yurje dongal mebe dewa dan min dewa yurje yada nyere dan rawe dan yon jembola George. May all beings to be happy. Ho kanyam doa maluba sanje salam gobejer zoba jembe mengange rang rei chugu doba ya. And someone asked me about mandala, how to do it, and I think this two finger, you will not know easily, but it's very easy. But someone need to put your hand together. This hand, not middle hand. This two hand goes like that, and hold this way. And this middle two, this one represents Mount Meru and four continents. And usually you put some rice and flour, but it's too complicated. For the routine managers, need to clean every week, and maybe mice, so many come, so that's a problem. So imagine every whole continents, whole galaxy, And even the flower, multiple flower, millions, billions, billions, like this, up and down, pure water, we are already there. So all of that just manifest billions and millions, and your body and your virtue and not virtue, all and ultimately is virtue. Seemingly is not virtue because of delusion, but in reality everything is spontaneously perfect. So with that conviction, everything turned into pure. Even the not pure is pure. The rope, a snake on rope is not there. So the snake, the rope is rope. So everything like a mandala, and let it go, including your possession, your ideas, whatever, your body, your anger, your attachment, five poison, everything. I know, I don't know, this right, this wrong, all turn into pure and let it go. Offer. Hopefully Buddha get it. If not, you give it. So who cares? And Buddha will be happy that it's pure from you, purified from you, depart from you, separate from you. So things like this, outer mandala, innermost mandala, different way of saying, but combination is like that, offered. Okay? And with a clean sheet, not sheet, sorry. Sheet is also clean, offer it. And with that, and then you listen teaching without preconcept first. Then think, and you bring your own idea, see how yesterday's teaching, today teaching, your experience is called samba, kare. Contemplation. Out of contemplation, today's conviction, that might change tomorrow. Today's you got some conviction, you understand, and apply that practice. That might shift tomorrow, might insight, or might be become worse, maybe completely wrong, doesn't matter. Okay? Hopefully the questioner satisfied by answer. Sa je bu je zo je me do ram re ra le je ni de jem ban de ji jen do me de bo wa ye zhe ge nam da yin la je ba shou. This
The space with perfume water and sprinkle it with flowers, adorning it with Namaru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. I visualize it as a Buddha realm and offer it. May all beings enjoy this perfect.
Omejo jenje brane duzum sanje kunyi ngowoni ransam choko ngozun donzebe sawe lama namla ku chansa palden sawe lama rinpoche daki jewrebe me demjola gaden jembe gone jesonde gozon to jengo jo ado so lazo sabjen ta jeji ju minjing chowar chinji labdo so nisamba chanjub chodo tokje de chwe sambar sho.
Please give rise to the altruistic motivation of bodhicitta, and in that spirit, please listen to the teachings.
아니 가상기 준마 셰바이나
Let's
샘진 남들 셰바네
to continue on from yesterday. We're on the section on the top of page 6. It says the life and liberation of the mind.
남들 야 뭐래 줄라고 그래 너무 더워져 이제 맞춰 주래
Let's
샘 남들라 갈라도
tiki ani life and liberation. Sort of like Erikji life story. Life story.
Life story better.
So Eric's translation of this section is the life story of mind.
Yeah. Emao semni yeni ngobo me tebe me tong burjur. Tongba mai rikchik sal rik tong yerme katar chaos.
Emaho, mind itself has always been without substance. It is not seen by looking, but is emptiness. It is not a void, but is cognizant and clear. This inseparable awareness and emptiness is pervasive like space.
Tade gazo mangbo lapsare sem sengedi kunzok sem jigdang ani kunzok sem salvate tongre nyongre hinayang sem salvategi ngowote 가레스나 아니 가다 잉지랑신 똥바 생들레스 디 똥바테 ngobo 두당 제당 되게 저바 마임바게 ngobo에네 요와 말레스 당보들라나
Lasso. So this something we've been discussing. Mind, the relative mind, has clarity, which is something that we can see, and it's something that we can experience or taste. But the essence of that clarity is original purity or openness. It's emptiness. And that is not a thing. It has the nature of original purity. And that is not a substance. It's not a material. It doesn't have time. And so on.
때베 통 때베 미통 생이요래 아니 때베 통 샘그 살차 신에기차 샘그 살차티 때는 통그래 이나요 샘중오 똥바티 통말에 대인도 오 통되나 너르와레스
So the second line, it says, it is not seen by looking, but is emptiness. And so although we look, nothing is seen.
No. 야구 줄면도 우지랑.
Oh, hold
야구 거마서?
what's the?
따 세드 통주 여백이 차지당 통주 매백이 차지니요. 따는 통고로 와. Look, then you have to see. 통주 여백이 차대 가르에서는 살라와기 차대래. 통주 매비 차대 똥바들래. 똥바대양 통고되나 너와래. 그 통해 매라.
So if we look, then something should be seen. There's something that can be seen and something that cannot be seen. That which can be seen is the relative clarity of the mind. And that which cannot be seen is its essence, which is openness or emptiness. But we want to see the essence like we see the relative nature. And that's the mistake.
다 당부 똥바도 통고래. 제 매바지 통고르다. 아, 바지 체다라고 지 통고래. Almost close to 체다. 당부 똥발 다운데. 가야 얘기 말아. 그 딱 가야 많이 봐. 가야 민도 저 almost 체다 매바다고 지 체다다 말해도 매바다고 지 통고래. 잉통세도 매바 통고래.
통고 랭게도 야면나 통고래.
매바 통고래.
라서.
매바지 통해지 요라.
라서.
딱 통해요 말아.
Lasso.
딱 가르 통해요래. 매바 통해요.
Meba lasso.
강발 꼬마 여버 꼬마 따가도나 꼬마 매래. 이나 꼬마 매바 통으로 와.
So at first, we need to see an absence, almost going into nihilism. Because first we're trying to see something, and we should see that it is beyond construct, and therefore we shouldn't find anything. In other words, we should see an absence at first. Sort of like if we think there's a thief in the house, but there's actually no thief in the house, we have to see that there's no thief.
Understand? But don't keep with this idea, there's no thief. That's no good. Then relax. No thief. That's it. Don't keep no thief, no thief, no thief, no thief, no thief. Then it's nihilism. Then it's nihilism bringing into the clinging, reifying. Oh, no thief. Then forget about it. Like before. Because thief never entered. The primary purity never diluted. No need reconfirmation for emptiness. You need reconfirmation. For emptiness, no need reconfirmation. Who's hell of you? So, understand? Very delicate. I'm challenging your conceptual mind. And you should also. And don't get upset. And don't connect with a beautiful monster. If connected, handshake. Thief never entered. Before no thief. You never thought there's no thief, there's no thief, there's no thief. You thought about that before? No, yeah? So it should be like that. Once you know there's no thief, should stay like before. Because the house is from beginning is thief-free. From primordial purity, from primordially thief-free. So you just stay like that. That is the freedom. But if you keep thinking, oh, thief-free, 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 you're not free. You're free from thief, but not free from your freeing thief thoughts. That is not total.
Simplicity beyond construct.
So what I say is almost never told you over is 당부고 매. 이나양 샘 생인데 샘당 동번이 가래. 동바 생은 추 탐절 요래. 샘중 오라양 동바 요래. 죽중 오라양 동바래. 다양 오바양 동바래. 추 탐적이 내로 동바래. 다 샘기 믹세 샘 살와 생이직 요르다디 군속그 추 군속그 샘디. 디 군속그 샘 살와디 다 릭징 살스러 릭징 가르르그레스나 ngô tông bari gres ngô tông bari sabishula ta salwa jiore second salwa ti shinega salwa mare ani rikpa salwa sa yongore marik ching sallam na tongba marik ching sallam na tani shinega semdere log semdere trubi semdere tongba yin 동바 임바 릭 되니 살주 살징 용도와 살와데 제바 봐봐요. 릭 동서도 그런 우리 지바래 릭바당 살와당 되죠. 각벌 돈직 바래. 각벌 릭바스는 또벌 거래. 각벌 릭바스는 나오는 거래. kakwa ka rikpasana verb la kubare dhamma yore aware awing
So we almost have to go to nihilism with this seeing of an absence. Because mind and emptiness aren't exactly the same thing. Emptiness doesn't just belong to mind. Emptiness is the nature of all phenomena. And mind is just one of many relative phenomena. Emptiness is the nature of sound, it's the nature of taste, sensations, form.
It's
like all form, from the most subtle to the most sublime, has this same nature of emptiness. Anything compounded. And amongst that, amongst those relative phenomena, mind is one. Quality of being clear and aware. That's its unique relative nature. And so if it's clear and aware, what is it aware of? In this case, it's aware of its own empty essence. And when that happens, its clear part, a second kind of clarity, or an upgraded clarity, emerges. It's no longer the clarity of shamatha, it has become the clarity of rigpa. And here that's expressed in this line, inseparable awareness and emptiness, which is like empty rigpa in the text. And then that is a synonym here for clarity or salva. Sometimes these two words are used as synonyms. In fact, the word rigpa is used in many different ways. It can be a noun, a verb, it can refer to a thought. There's many different cases.
Yeah, the word rigpa.
Awareness, awaring, and so on.
Aware of. Awaring as verb. I use my English. Not English. Aware of. Aware. Awareness is a noun, no? That is rigpa. Awaring is a verb. Is you aware of it. Mindful awareness, or that kind of aware. Do you understand? This one tricky. Why it tricky? It hits your dualistic mind. And it's about to upgrade, but you want to hold on old grief. Gripped? No, gripped. 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 Yeah. Old idea of grief with a reification. This is what I know. And I want everything to confirm that is right. I don't want to go to new territory. I'm 53. I don't want to take any risk. Stable ground is better, even though I know it's wrong. After 50, you feel like that. 다 동바 장치에서 동바 체다서 동바 헤데에서 네 율쟁기 율지 동바들에 네 율쟁기 동바로 율쟁기 동바에는 동바 헤데와 동바 장치 동바 체다 자기 말에 그 살바요 들어와 근데 살바다 예매 주비 동바데 되는 외살긴 오르줄 외살 차야 이게 동바들에 율경 동바데 또 동바 장치를 그 체다를 매바다 그러지 대인도 될라 제와요래 율지 외살 율진지 외살은 얘는 이식이래.
The 통마 창치 율기 오살라
율주 설 요설 말다 지난 요설 율동보 시바들라 율주 설 시바 존의 남중이 되고 최담지 란신지 동바오 동바시에서 때 족 동바 자 동바 지 동바 생엔테 에 다동바레 지동바레 티 거율 코랑 거는 그런 동바레 이나 율쟁기 때 동바 시나 티 가인고 율지 와살세요레 티 동바 시바데 시바데기 율 동바 시바데 다 디땡도 율진 셈 코랑 동바 시는 셈 땡도 룬룩기추 동바 마인 리칭 살발레 때네 살베게 나라 룬룩기추 코랑 이모당 옛메도 여베게 차롱기 누바 차롱다 샤샤 덴테네지기 차지라 될라 살와세요 살발디 고다니 실라서 룬룩기추 용도 되는 셈데 차다야 레미도와스 셈데 동바야 레미도와 메 동바 차다야 레미도와스 셈데 딱바야 말에 가연서는 공오 동바레 셈데 차다 말에 kon namba mangawa chereng salyong namba segre dokpa segre ga che mandaba salhange chik salwa korong ngo tongba meba tongba yimba tongbe rangdang de salwa yimba sem rikpa sengende saldong rang jere dos de yende tangtaya mare chedaya mare segor yul jangba chena koron cheta rawre
나서 So, kind of, we could say total emptiness, almost a nihilistic emptiness. That kind only belongs in the sphere of inanimate objects, or that would fall on that side. It does not describe the emptiness of the mind or of the experiencer or subject, because the subject's emptiness is indivisible from its own awareness and clarity. So we can distinguish in a way, the emptiness of the object and the emptiness of the subject. And this is a term found in this tradition, the luminosity of the object and the luminosity of the subject. And Rinpoche clarified the luminosity of the object is the knowing of the emptiness of the object. And so that empty nature of all sense objects and phenomena, sounds, tastes, sensations, form, and so on, the knowing of that emptiness, because it can be known by who? By the subject's clarity. And that knowing of the empty nature of the object is called the luminosity of the object. And the luminosity of the subject is not nihilistic, it's not a nothingness, it's not a simple absence of existence, because the mind has this unceasing qualities of clarity and awareness that can never be
살와게 나니 룬룩기추 랑체수 네바요 세요레
And within that clear nature of the mind, there are spontaneously present phenomena, naturally, spontaneously present phenomena.
아니 도갈게 나와게 잘사게 이디 살와데레스
We can say the ground from which the Togal appearances or visions emerge is that luminous nature,
동반의 말에
not from the empty nature.
동반은 가연 제요 말에
Because emptiness doesn't give rise to anything.
emptiness 고제요레 마도 emptiness니 제바요 말에
Emptiness provides the platform, is the openness in which things can happen, but emptiness itself doesn't give birth to anything.
바이나 간소 emptinessle 마다 빠르제 빠라메델레 버체 랍라고르데 이나데 살동 요베기 동바들 세요 마도 살동다 가가 엠베기 동바들 세요 말에.
So we say, of course, that Mother Prajnaparamita gives rise to everything, but that's not that's referring specifically to the emptiness that's in union with clarity,
율적이 이시게.
the wisdom aspect of the subject, not a kind of emptiness that is somehow separate from the empty clarity of the mind.
It's okay? Yeah. It's too much, then you can talk blah blah. I like blah blah. Oh. How yore?
She also said, so these spontaneously present phenomena or aspects of the clarity are, for example, the kayas and wisdoms. And he also said the mind, when we're talking about the mind is not permanent and never falls into the extreme of permanence because its nature is empty. It never falls into the extreme of nothingness or nihilism because its clear and aware nature and qualities are unceasing. And those qualities are the natural expression or radiance of its empty nature. And that empty nature, although it expresses as unceasing clarity and spontaneous presence, that is never separate from the empty nature and never becomes a permanent thing. So in brief, the mind is never falls into the extreme of permanence or the extreme of nothingness and nihilism.
야장 때문에 okay. 다디 남터때 샘당 외설 얘기 그러니 남터 담아대 연구요래. 예와 theoretical 예와체 말 샘기 남터데 샘지르박이 남터데 말에 그 샘당 르고니 제 가서 그러니 즉 뱀마지 divided 마제와지네 샘 코는 거 르바 양 르바양 요사도 샘차 샘 ngô tongpa tona rikpa cha yang sem to tongpa yosna sem cha tinyaga ge namtar de chin ren yongo yore.
So this section, the life story of the mind, actually blends the life story of the relative mind and the life story of Rigpa. It's not clearly separated out. It's sort of presented together as one blended life story because the nature of relative mind is Rigpa. When the relative mind realizes its own essence, that's Rigpa. When Rigpa strays from recognition, it's relative mind.
내니 성죽도 해 탑지고 그래.
And so this is a way to realize the unity of the two truths. And so they're presented together and not separately.
Cognitively distinguish 잖아. 가가 잖아. 레라 그래. 네 가가 쳐와 되게 냠nel라 너버체 그래. 그래서 냠nel라 때 제잖아. 니마치 out of this 라 생각이 손주고 된 떠오르마도 clearly 빼졌다고 나지. 소바자와 나지. 르빠다고 나지. 고 띠띠 사완데 사라. 검잡돼야 되는 거 손주 도마도 코니 디바이차 디데레서 고 건조고 최대가랑 그 돈담 추고 거려야 도마도 와찬 건조들라 돈담들라 아란주 타마들 루세요.
So although we can make very clear theoretical distinctions between this is the clarity of the relative mind and this is the clarity of the ultimate nature or the Rigpa, and separate them very clearly theoretically, and reinforce that with reading books, debating, analyzing and so on, and get very clear with that distinction, actually, when we're practicing, that kind of harms our practice. Because that clarity, that total distinction that we can make theoretically and conceptually doesn't benefit us when we're actually practicing and trying to realize the unity or the indivisibility. Because then we just reinforce the separateness of the boxes. This is the relative mind, this is Rigpa, they're totally separate, and we distinguish those. And then when we're trying to practice and realize in a way of unity or indivisibility, those boxes don't help. But if you try to write a thesis on this kind of blended description, it's not very easy. It becomes very difficult to divide everything up.
And Rangju Tamal to lose, Lamazo.
Rangju Tamal to
Kunzup Chochik to draw, Tondam Chochik to draw, Rangju de Tamal to la.
So at the end, if we separate it out so clearly like that, with the relative over here and the ultimate over there, then what happens to our own mind, actually? Our own mind stream remains ordinary.
Not beautiful ordinary, the ugly ordinary. There's two kinds of ordinary. Tadi res, the nyamsu nyongdu kandu yongres anas, and katar chapares, retong yenmete, semni yening ngobomeba, and deben in the metong, tongba tong, ngobomeba, ngobokan kangi, ngoyang majuba. Ngobu kangi ngoyang majuba tongres ngobu yomares de mebala tene tebe kapsula kangi ngoyang majuba jiang mayin sengdere jiang mayin be ngobo tong di tongwa dela tongbar jure tongba tongs jures tongba cheta hebo de mares rikpa ching di toya yores 또 그래스 동바디 뭐시 그래스 지양 많이 받지 뭐시야 그래스 통해 뭐부 통해요 말이지 얘는 가인 공고양 맞어 받지 그래스 디 릭비 값을라 살바지 요레스 디 살바들라 다 아니 릭동 연미 생각 들서 요레스
So what is it like experientially? It says it is pervasive like space. And so mind never had a concrete substance. It's never truly established as a concrete thing, like an entity that's solid and concrete. And so,
see, when I say mind, you're thinking relative mind or ultimate mind. You thought that, no? No concrete. Relative mind, not concrete, or ultimate mind, not concrete. It doesn't say clearly mind. Because relative is also not concrete. But your mind immediately asks question, I know. Relative mind is not concrete, or ultimate mind is not concrete. Wait. Coffee, please help me.
So that absence of substance or absence of solidity or concreteness, because of that, it can't be seen. When we look for the mind, we can't see something because there isn't a concrete substance. And so what do we find when we look? We find emptiness. We find that we can't see it. And that is like nothing whatsoever. We don't find anything. But that not finding anything isn't just a blankness. It isn't just a nihilistic nothingness. It's not a void because something realizes that nothing whatsoever. Something realizes that it's inconcrete and insubstantial.
다디 하고로 살로와 로요로 그냥 매바지 살로와 또로와
And that needs to be
릭
known. That needs to be known. It needs to be realized that the mind isn't concrete, isn't anything.
디 살로와 릭바디 다 살로와 릭 동색도와
And that particular kind of knowing or awareness of this substanceless, inconcrete nature, when it's seen in that way, rather than being nihilistic, it's a particular kind of recognition or knowing, and here it's described as the inseparable awareness and emptiness.
다 갑갑라 릭 동양색이 오래스
Sometimes it's called empty rigpa.
갑갑라 살 동양색이 오래스
Sometimes it's called empty clarity.
양각과 디 살동디 나와당 되어지도 낭 동양색이 오래스
Sometimes, because that clarity is connected to appearances and perception, it's called empty appearances.
갑갑라 냠렌데 저도 아니 대화지 끼는 거래 랑싱기 대동양색이 오래
Sometimes, in this kind of practice, we experience bliss or well-being, and then that's called empty bliss.
디다오기 엠프리텔라 다 착바요 말에 짐바요 말에 셴바요 말에 믹데요 말에 착바요 말에 셴바요 말에 짐바요 말에 믹데요 말에
And that kind of empty bliss
No,
is
엠틸라
Ale. Sorry. That kind of emptiness is a kind which is experienced without attachment, without clinging, without grasping, and without reference point.
Those are family. Lies in ambush. Don't cling. Don't wander. Don't wander. Wander means if you get into it, you wander already. Ambush, Mara also can come. Poor Mara. Mara's nature is also emptiness. Mara cannot run away from emptiness. And we become their Mara. Out. You're not allowed, you are bad. Poor Mara cannot appear. Let Mara appear, and Mara realize my nature. Mara! Mara! Chant wrathful mantra to that Mara. Put into the Homkung. Joking. I'll make big deal out of at the beginning, then we go faster. So similar things. Little romantic at the beginning. Then cutter chops, the pesha shawre, cutter chops, and touch it to check. Number chi nangwala, ani donji, tokpachik julachine, hange, tangsenge, chik, yang yngsenge, terijere, tena dea mare. Te number tongbala, mikpa, yula, ani chik, tang kainko. 동상에 저지 남바지 레그도 로요라 디앙 동바생에 텐데 지르르는데 말에 다뜻한 충바다로 지레스 빼요 말에 르발롱네 빼요 말에 르바코 슈니레 빼드 추제레 추쟁이 추니 빼 촌투 말에 이나에다 트라이 베스트네 추진 망보나네 다다 낭바데다 빼 샤샤나 아우스 멘도 세요.
Yes. So this example that's given here, pervasive like space, it's just an attempt at an example. But the risk is that we take the example, which is like space or the sky, and then we form a mental image of space internally, which is sort of vast and nothing's happening inside of it, like an empty sky. And we concretize a mental image internally and hold that and think that's emptiness. And it's not. That's a mistake. That's a mental image that we're creating based on the example of space outside, which we can see. We can see the sky and see space. And copying that mental image, we internalize it and then hold on to it, a cloudless sky inside. And that's not it. That's just a mental image that we're clinging onto. In fact, it says that Rigpa has no adequate metaphor because it's the nature. Any metaphor, by definition, will be like a appearing phenomena. And an appearing phenomena can never adequately capture the nature. But still, in attempting to find some kind of metaphor, the best we can find is like the sky or like space.
다 데다오게 야장 때문에 상달적으로 셈 세나다 playing together 셈당 르바타 가레나 코 샤샤나 아니 샤샤나 때서 메레스 데코 상달레 지는 파 로그레스 근데 이제 카터 잡아 땡도 샤샤나 야나 가리 땡도 샤샤나 갈리 때서 메바 상달 진 로그레스
건다 타마디 코스모소
카터
레일
르동 예르메 카터 찹스
키시
카터 찹이 땡라 코 샤샤나 되니 카터 찹고 고보 가야 말아 되니 때문에 상달 로그레스
알았어.
그런 거 주죠.
일단 데스크 가가로와 이렇게 샤나 네기 말레스 카사칼라 드로 장탈드 드로스 티 이렇게 귤술 아니 티기 귤술디 샷 투기레 때 겨기레 아니 장탈드 드로스
다데카 샤장 더우더레
라서
고직 뭐부 세마지고는 샤나 샤도 말아 고 상달 도라 고 셈도 종대야 가야 말아 고 가오샤 그렇고 떼서 매버징하는 샤샤나 되는 고 상달 대가를 상달 대가랑 그러와
So the text continues. So if we try to
고 약도
less
this better
this one less to pick it on this so then the text continues. So if we try to just remain pervasive like space, then it says you can steady it, but it moves aimlessly and unimpededly. So we can try to rest like that, but there's no reference point. Having no reference point, then it is also unimpeded, and so then it can move unimpededly.
just playing both mine and my nature, so don't worry so much. 마샤 땅장 다 샘데 마샤지 그 땅쇼나 양 루마레스 그 데데레스 랑사라 수코레오레스 다시랑 송송 다 가와스 땅에 총을 한 루마레스 샘 남들
That's so. And then, the first case, we try to steady it. And then if we can set it in motion, then we can just let it go where it wants, go wherever you want. Not trying to hold it or steady it at all. And then what happens? It returns to its natural state. And then it just returns to itself.
강라 매장 꾼도 주스 땅양 메도랑 서코르스
It doesn't have arms or legs, but it runs about everywhere. In motion, it does not disappear, but returns to its own place.
믹네 매장 탐지 릭스
It has no eyes, but it sees everything.
I don't know how true is that. Rigby nawa tongbordos
But the experience of seeing turns into emptiness.
semjingo ndeshe me 매장 rin naso chars
Cannot pinpoint any essence of mind, and yet thoughts and impressions still arise.
여바마이 다디드레디 kunzoki semde 매장 rin naso chagres kunzok semde kunzok sem대라 대가랑나 야보지 자 따tum나 고랑게 내설데 여바마이 동바도 그래스 지양마이 지양철 철정고 용스동스
Diani, Yopamains. And then it says, it is not existent because it turns into emptiness. So this line is specifically talking about the relative mind, which appears to be something, but when we look into it more, we can't find anything. And so it reveals its empty essence, or it turns into emptiness.
See, now it's playing. Sees unity. Yeah. Meba mai tenrik nang. The meba mares tenji rik nang dos kunzo semte. Tele yagboji tasana nang dong songju ozar marwaderes.
In the next line, it is not non-existent because it thinks, sees, and experiences. Again, the relative mind, when we look at it carefully, we find unity or indivisibility of emptiness and cognizance or clarity.
Ozar bar.
The luminosity blazes forth.
Tongzar chugu rangdang salgres. From that, tongzar chugu rangdang salgres. Yishe ngade rabdu jigres. Chuen yishe, melong yishe, nyam yishe, sordo yishe, charu yishe, laso bodam jigres.
Radiant.
The songju ozar barwane.
The radiance of the union of appearance and emptiness blazes. The self-radiance of empty and cognizant Dharmakaya is clear. And when that, from that clear self-radiance of empty cognizance, the full radiation is complete with the five wisdoms. Wisdom of Dharmadhatu, the mirror-like wisdom, the discriminating wisdom, and so on.
Wisdom is ma shabda shadows.
Those wisdoms are described below.
Kata neluk sunduptang kudan shingam game chagre ista. Kata de neluk res. Sundupte kudan shingam charsak ye.
The primordially pure natural state is spontaneously present. So it's describing original purity and spontaneous presence. From spontaneous presence, the kayas and pure realms appear without obstruction.
Osal mabu chikdun je semji nelu tendawa tobur dogam todenam shebra doga shechenam nyamlen zoje nanjur nams.
The mother and child luminosities merge as one. This natural state of mind, which is like this, Have you realized it? You realized ones?
Hmm?
Have you?
Are you asking me?
Have you understood it, all you great meditators? Put this into practice, all you yogis.
Some questions? 10 minutes. Mike? Sorry, you have the arm and leg, so I have to run.
Thank you for your teaching.
Yes.
All, so I'm trying to articulate the question. So all form and is luminous. So are human beings the only form that can realize itself nature? Is that why it's precious human birth?
Correct.
So dogs, fish,
Correct. All have.
all,
Only human being. Yeah, dog have the have subliminosity, but it's very less chance to realize.
so is that why the teaching is precious human birth? Because human beings have the capacity?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. No question? What happened suddenly? Okay, we take break.
These glasses were found in the what has been the women's bathroom.
She's coming.
Oh, she's coming.
Some questions or no questions? Yeah? Okay. Here. And next, after this, someone now asks question. Please ask that. Have a chance.
So this is related to letting Mara come, poor Mara.
Yes. You like that, huh?
So my question now is, does this mean something like a Mahayoga practice like Vajikalaya would allow or even invite obstacles and in order to realize their illusory, in order to play? And that's why the whole practice would be done in the natural state. Does that make sense?
Segi du mara jungwala ni pejine vajrakila gi nyamlen china.
Vajikalaya karchen.
Parche ramendra yong sigre truptap ram.
Vajikalaya chena. Parchen sigre.
Vajrakila tabugi maha yoga gi truptap rawa china ni du mara mombo jungya ki jungya ki tap rebes ni deso chasangi niluk ni semale niluk nangla che rebes che tis
I didn't understand. You mean because of Vajrakalaya practice, more obstacle arises? Are you saying that is the purpose of?
No, but when you were talking about don't wander, poor Mara, let Mara come.
Yeah, I understand. I said that.
That is
Your
that.
question?
Well, my question is then, so Mahayoga a Mahayoga practice like
Yes.
Vajrayana
Yes.
is to be done from the natural state, and it seems it's. My question, I guess, is:
Very clear question. In the
is
cognitive
it
way.
is it the same?
My cognitive didn't understand.
Is it the same? Is the purpose also like Patra Rinpoche is saying? Is that to realize this unity, this play?
Vajrayana has few manifestations, few levels. They also mixed up. I mean, not mixed up. What do you call? Chinang sangasum. Clearly, yobare. Chidartu tuba. Tinlegi chamangu yore. Kashi tagu tauji. Ina ngokorang nyingji rangsu yimba. Nyingji rangsu ngangne. Nyingji rangsu ki. Ani. Des 동반이 짤도 돈네 동반이는 nga르jen 살낭jen 에 돈지 버저 클라야레 랑기 섬니 대단네 도르주슈노 니도 곰서 랑기 섬니데 도르주슈노로 곰네 버저 클라야 찍테레 다 넘버 따지 버저 클라야 센트라 디 돈지 버저 클라레 디 돈지 버저 클라야 게더니 마라데 가르세나 동반이 미시 버쟁기 덴징기 차 때목이자 때 탐지 봐 말아든 좀도 오래 살살동 살동은 나르제네 랑게 셈니 대단히 노르주시노니 노르주시노데 직구단 차용을 노르지도 말에 셈니 왜살을 그러신데 노르주시노니 노르주시노스는 베저길라야 되게 말아도 가르세나 고바직 데레스
Dungi user.
아
Dungi.
돈이 왔어
The Vajrakalaya practice doesn't so clearly separate out the outer, inner, and secret dimensions. They're sort of mixed together a little bit. And the outer, more the form or the appearing Vajrakalaya, is one level where we visualize the form and so on, and that has a particular effect. Tiani kissing as a maram du chilola tona any.
chilolo ngone mara yosigro chilog maraji ore chilog nawa yore chilog marate jombarsavi chertola ne zugjukulo dangne jerimgi tingenzen ki nubaltene chigi parjete dogormado ene chigi parje do tobar jebala nangi vajre klete ngoshene toni ki rangdangla sharong salwatan tongba rangdangla sharong gi ani flate 맞아. 당부 랑경 거 살동 거도 모셔거라. 살동 거 모셔니 디 모셔바데 라리 돈지 도르주슈노레 해서 딩은 닝지 추네. 살동 거는 야, 다 살동 장바 되는 페마송스. 디 칠로라야 벌지 모두 나 살동 장바 나라샤나 책 벌지 될람도 도투면도 치 벌지 도투 버시도 늘 쉐월라 쉐와들 잡불라 잡불들 넘버 담으로 된 것도 되니 닝지가랑 소래 떨어주시노 되니 치 relative 게 벌시 되는 담지가 도벌 저기도 되니 다 샵된지 아래 다 운영아 다야래 다 망보여 당부들랍다
Less.
난게 들으시는 것이요
Less. First, we have to recognize you can say the inner dimension of Vajrakalaya, which is indivisible from our nature, which is empty clarity. And that's from where the outer form of the practice, the outer form of the deity, and the activities of the deity should emerge from. But there are also outer maras. There's outer obstacles that we can have to deal with. And so if our practice is only resting in empty clarity, that may not equip us fully to meet with all the outer obstacles that might appear. And so for that reason, even appearing in a wrathful form, emerging from the compassionate intent, comes all the activities of Vajrakalaya, the mantra, the visualization, the sending and receiving and everything else involved in that. And that the inner luminosity or clarity is specifically clears away the not knowing of emptiness. The non-recognition of emptiness, the inner obstacle, is cleared away by the recognition of the inner nature of Vajrakalaya, which is our nature, which is the ultimate luminosity or clarity, recognizing its essence. And that clears away confusion, which is the inner obstacle, which is also dualistic fixation and clinging and grasping and so on. But first we need to recognize the inner Vajrakalaya, which is empty clarity. And then we can allow that to appear in a form that carries out specific enlightened activity to deal with specific outer obstacles. And so there are many forms of outer appearances that we experience as being external to us, and they need to be worked with in appropriate ways. And so, obstacles that can be pacified should be pacified. Obstacles that should be subjugated should be subjugated, and so on.
Is that clear? Almost. Someone who never asked any question? And you?
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Yeah.
Very grateful for your teachings.
Thank you.
My question is, when I recognize emptiness of phenomenon, and I briefly enter into nihilism and then I relax, there is a perception of softening of phenomenon. Is that accurate, or am I?
Go from there.
Say again?
Go from there. Step from there. Step. Proceed from there.
Proceed where?
From that relaxation.
Okay.
From that relaxation, you see phenomena as empty, and then you sort of relax. But there's a relaxation, there's a clarity. Don't hold on that, don't reify that. Just keep doing, and then things will emerge out of that.
Thank you.
You're on the edge of 101. Sunila?
Hello? Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you, Rinpoche. I'm just trying to get clear. So, the nature of mind and of all phenomena is emptiness. Mind has the quality of clarity,
Correct.
which enables it to recognize itself.
Correct.
And you also mentioned a third quality of an unceasing nature.
Correct.
That would also be like the compassion that we talk about.
Compassion will arise from that.
Will arise from that. So just like the clarity aspect isn't shared by inanimate phenomena that are empty, I assume this unceasing quality isn't shared either. Is that a particular characteristic of mind?
Share from your mind, but not from there. Because they don't exist. It's like dream. Dream elephant has clarity from your point of view, not from the elephant point of view. Because elephant never exists elephant way. It exists because of you. This is a complicated subject.
So it connects to the question if all appearances are mind.
I'm not going to go into that. Pissed me off. It's a large subject. So you know partly, I think. So that elephant or that tree, the rock which in your dream has clarity, all pervasive, but it's from the dreamer's point of view, not that rock's point of view, not that elephant point of view. One thing we know, the elephant is empty. While we're dreaming, we respect the dream plus empty. That's why it's called relative truth. If that dream always be dream forever, then it's no relative. Then it's independent from the dreamer. So we see anything in existing is that exists independently from the perceiver. That's the big question. If not, then what? Do you want to call it mind-made, mind-only school? Proceed, or something different? So, quantum physicists arrived there right now. I don't know who will win, Buddhist or quantum physicist. Buddhist says from there, there's a consciousness, mind, exists, not permanently, but there's continuum of mind, besides the matter only. But the quantum physicists, I don't know, I'm not sure, but what I hear rumor, they say it's dependent on the perceiver, but the perceiver's mind is what? They don't talk about yet. Maybe it's just brain. Maybe different than brain. Then mind-only school. Not completely merge, but almost. Maybe all of us dreaming. Don't know. Came many times to Crestone. Keep dreaming. But why not? There's don't scare, okay? It will not vanish like that. Our dream is quite thick. And sour and greasy and sweet, many things. One day I'm sure our show will end. Then see, if we have a continuation of our mind, look back, what was that? Maybe just like this. 1 second, in 1 second, we have many lives. Might happen. Or might we never been there. So this is a little bit of magic, which is nice, no? I like it. Find some playfulness in that. Really, this is one of my refuge. I like it, this concept. And why not we make better and better dream? While we know it's dream, no other choice, we cannot wake up now. Make it keep better world, better dream. Thank you. Really fascinating. Fascination or fascinating?
Fascinating.
Fascinating. Really, sometimes, wow. Don't worry. The real fire is also illusion. If everything is illusion, the experiencer is not illusion, then it's a big problem. Everything. We are not looking for vanished things. We are looking for freedom. Don't think like we're looking for vanish point. If things are not vanished, if we've got freedom, that's fine. Magic like that continue unceasingly forever, like a Sambodhakaya. Sambodhakaya is a little bit like that. Unceasing magic, keep going. Why not? Dream that one. Better dream. Because we are looking for some reality. And we know there's no reality. But it's a show. But different kinds of show. Sambodhakaya show, Dharmakaya show, Nirmanakaya show. My dream, my dreamlike form.
Oh, sorry. My dreamlike form appears to dreamlike beings to show them the dreamlike path that leads to dreamlike enlightenment.
One more time.
My dreamlike form appears to dreamlike beings to show them the dreamlike path that leads to dreamlike enlightenment.
Sanji Sore Sayarda.
Said that the Buddha said that. The Buddha apparently said that.
My means Buddha. Not me. I wish I can do that. I am like that, but I cannot believe it. That's the problem. The problem is not believing. I am like that, but I cannot believe it. Because in between something else appeared, and that made me not to believe it. Choyago mangbo tangona tama obstacle chik ani rangin yongshi ki tawa sare rangin yongsu sheba rangin kare yebate shegodoa di shebadali ichi chingmidoa rangin sengde pe chi yore lo marpota we baringen dawa chi tende chi yore rangin totalti ko yoro kang di ichi matum rangin sengde pe tachimore 다 마치 빠르링 간조 랍샤라 주담이 란지 대신 뭐를 짜침보다 대신 이거 생각 배 마치 짜침보다래 이나 짜침보래 뭐 랍샤도 in experience we want something amazing we want 짜침보 without amazing we want 짜침보 without amazing without like flashing yeah he will come. Sachimbo, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Preciousness. He will translate. That's why he's here.
Study and look at the Dharma really deeply. One thing that really seems to be a kind of crucial point, a crucial challenge, is to trust the nature. Because we have to fully know the nature. We have to realize or understand or fully know the nature, which is in everything, all the time. It's everywhere. But it's very difficult to trust that. And part of it's the fault of the tradition, because we keep saying it's so precious, so precious. The Buddha nature is so precious. The nature of everything is Buddha nature.
Precious is Sachimbo.
So precious. But, which is true. It is very precious. But when we hear that, we're expecting some big, amazing thing. Flashy.
Tasty.
Hi. So I'm looking again at everything that you and your dad taught me for this whole life with fresh eyes and mixing it with my experience. And I have a question. So if the clarity aspect of mind is not just part of your brain, then how come it feels sort of located here with your sense consciousness? Why can't I feel the same type of all-pervasive consciousness like in the whole room or in my feet? Like, why is it kind of located here?
Right. Good question.
So-
So, tata, 이시 lumin lula nepapo sorry. 이시의 생인데 루그랑시 두탱랑시 ngobo 생인데 말이스. 이시래다 셈 말이. 이시디 루 말이스. 이나 lula 네고레스. 조 가원에 오르서나 아니 인간 네고레스. 인간 나는 인간이 당데 인간 나라 인기 질도라 드라마시에서 조칭 드라마시에서 나라 인간 나라 내도 되게 당래 레비 동강나라야 도레스 레바 초 레바나라야 요레스 왜 되네샤르나 왜 정공되네나 왜 되네샤르고 요레스 빼잖아 왜 되네샤르도 되네 그 레바나 요바 도지 그 내사데 레발 내요라 레바다 닝라 이 액티비티데 저 레바나 용거 싸와데 닝사나 하트 차크라 데도 다른 때데 지지 니토네 셈데 르바단 셈니나네 셈데야 짜탐지나라 찹데도 저 레비 짜탐 데도 랑신이 데레다 에나 여바 도신 năng 그래 에나다 르방문에 날냐바샤오나 잉등 것이오나 데 탐절 잡아다오 즉 니마지 영어래 니마지 the whole earth is breathing together with you whole universe is breathing together 도지 차이요리다 디틱 없어라 되니 땡고 잡달라 생각도 연구하래
Chabdal. Actually, Yeshe, not not ordinary conceptual mind, but Yeshe, original wisdom, or timeless awareness, is not physical. There's a famous quote about it. Yeshe is not the body, but it resides in the body. And so the meaning of the teaching is that Yeshe is not a physical substance. It's not a physical matter, but it resides in the body. The body is like a host. And actually, when it's further described, the actual resting place in the physicality of the body of the wisdom mind is said to be in the heart chakra, mainly. And then there's teachings on that, like the 4 lamps and so on. And one of those is experienced in a way, it's just like the source of the flame is in the heart, but the expression of the light is in the head. And so it feels like it's in the head or the brain, because the light shines, the activity happens in the head, even though the source is in the heart. So that's one point. Another point is we make this distinction between mind and rigpa. And mind is said to basically inhabit the channels, or the nadi in the body, and mainly, or in a concentrated form, in the brain channels that pervade the head or the brain. And so there's this experience of it being here in the head. One day, though, when we experience yin,
within the head, something else will happen. Yeah.
And so, although that's the case, one day when we experience yin, which means openness or basic space, our experience will shift, and it'll seem like our mind is everywhere. That the basic space or openness is everywhere, and then the whole earth or the whole universe is like breathing with us.
Breathing together. You will feel that one day. Wow, that time. Sometimes you will cry. Like that. It's not like creative way of thinking, but it's some kind of connected with everything. The whole galaxy is sort of like one big balloon, sort of breathing. And you goosebump up. And the goose will come to the goose. First start from here, then to your leg, and the toe, everything. And then from there you send compassion. That the channel is connected. The yin is connected. Yin carries the message. Yin carries. Send text to Nepal. Send text to Russia. Send text to White House. Joking. Don't go there. Yeah? But in your prayer you can go. As a conversational, I decide not to go there. One money become billions, millions, multiple. Why not? So one Sonyi Rinpoche become trillions, billions. All chanting, praying. Like some hotels has a mirror. You do this, you feel like you are Avalokiteshvara. Power of mind has effect. Of course, mind means heart also joined. In Tibetan language, mind means heart always there. Almost 90%. There's a mind, heart is included. Sometimes not included. The language is like that. We don't make separate language, heart and mind, almost. But now, modern psychology sort of found new way of explaining it, split way. Split, which is good for cognitive, but also good for heart. Every time nowadays I have to explain heart and mind come together. In Tibet, they don't need to say heart and mind, just say mind, heart included. In Chinese language also, they don't have two languages, two words, no? Sanskrit also chitta, almost same, no? Same, yeah? I have to make sure a lot of great beings are here. I don't want to look stupid. You didn't ask any question?
Pardon?
You didn't ask any question?
Not in this context.
Oh, okay. This context.
I asked you a question in
Are you a lawyer?
I wished. No, I asked a question in the previous,
Retreat.
in the small audience.
Oh, okay.
So now I forgot my question. No, I haven't. Comes up in numerous times, numerous ways, doing mantras as a way of helping sentient beings.
Correct.
And you were doing Om Mani Padme Hum.
Oh, any other mantra also, yeah.
And that's my question. Could you talk a little bit about different mantras? And I generally just do a mantra that's Guru Rinpoche mantra, but I really don't. It seems like maybe different mantras would
Doesn't work?
Does it work?
It doesn't work?
It helps me a great deal. I don't know what its effect beyond that is.
Yeah. So your question is?
If you could talk a little bit about different mantras if you're just walking around doing mantras, what's the significance of the different mantras?
Chidang tangaya wo chikde chengmido nga sengeje nga doya nga jorwa zongji nga zunga sengede sanga zunga semangwe yoreda doya nga de dimse mangbo chik dimse ngoni tawte ni yore shibaya yosare nga de chengmido kora zadang de 책 야고 랍데나 책 야고 짜당 똑바 똑바당 짜 So language doesn't matter. Tokpati, pena mantra chik English na don shawa ina ya. English nang translate chen mantra di ta chik chi don ba ina, the mantra ta keshe mare kare. Chik chi lamna chitang dra sengdi. Dra na ne mantra yongruwa. Dra de na chik chi lamna chik di tokpa dan rewa yor. Tokpa di tsa dan rewa, tsa di long dan rewa. Tende chido ko rangi pungkam jem chege nangla chepa chenpo tuk re se kore nga tana rangi pungkam jem che long dala chik tere.
Kozo di juryaki?
Juwa tanga.
Juwa, laso.
Hakoso, chik nuba chik tere.
Hakoso.
Dra dadang, chidang chik tala. Dra, chik, tokpa, tsa, long kanga chik rewa yor. Ta chik yakbu janya, ladana compassion, loving negapsu, compassion tang, compassion ki mantra te tang, compassion ki tokpa te tang. Tene repeat che onde longla, tsak nangla jowa tang, tsak tang long nangla jowa tang, tene saral bore tang, tene kangal pento chembo yor. In general, mantra mare, chidang chik.
Naso. Chisani ngaki nupa chik tires.
Mare chik nuba.
Chiki nupa chita.
Ngaki nuba kaga yongre.
Naso. Di tangbo lamna.
Nga tang chik ni kaga re.
Naso. Di tangbo lamna. Naso.
Charang she kopsho la la yun. Okay.
So mantra, there's many different sort of types. I don't remember all of the words, the specific terminology. There's, form mantra and secret mantra and so on. There's different sort of categories and types. But in any case, the first point I want to make is the general power of words, because mantras make use of sound and words, even though mantra and words are not the same thing, but they're composed of sounds and words. And so basically, sound is connected to a word which has a meaning that we can understand. And that meaning is connected to our channels, and our channels are connected to our lung, and then that pervades the whole subtle body. And so there's a connection between sound, words, concepts, channels, winds, and the whole subtle body in general. The specific power of a mantra will be the next thing, but this is a general comment. And therefore, repeating words has the power to transform those different elements because they're all connected. And so if we say a sound that's connected to a word which has a meaning of compassion, and we understand that meaning, and then that affects our channels, and affects our winds, and affects our whole subtle body, and then transformation is possible by relying on a word that has a meaning of compassion.
Chik jinji labi nga asagirta, nga ngune joyate, dra changbal mare, dra tila tenne, sanje dang chanchu sempa, da yidam gila korang kare na chiki nga tila jinji labi sharita, o kansa kanshi maungpa na ditang ditabuki, chik dun joyaki nga andi, jinji labi tila chilab chene. Korangshiki nupa changpa mayinpa, diktendu chilabki nupa tenga domna, teni ta mantra se chayore. Teni ti nyi domyo na, teni nga koram nupa chebaji yungore.
Alaso. Chitangi tsiki nupa da, miksegi jinji labi nupa da, denso nyamdu domne.
Teni nga asagado.
Nga.
Sunga asagade.
Sunga.
I think sunga, yeah. Sanga, sunga. Yeah, I think tata the terminology.
Laso. Chitang ngaki nupa lamna.
Ngaki nupa lamna.
So
Sanga,
that-
sunga, ringa.
Oh yeah.
The mambuji terminology that is lom mambu ngol kije.
Laso.
Misuji kitua tremaso. Tamaso.
Right. So the there's another element when it comes to mantra and the power of mantra. In particular, there's an additional element than just the general power inherent in sound and language, and that is the element of blessing. And so in addition to all of the natural power or capacity of sound and language, there's also the element of blessing.
Not by you. By you is the by the sanjitang, chanju sempatang, jizun drama ina, drama ki chenjela or. Tani guru machana, guru macha ki chenjela. Mixe ya ting nga dan drawa yo nga de mixe ting zen kon dit nga khorang ndu badan kunsu khorang zo chenjela shayor. Manang nga zo kombina zo chenlap che dit ngarang ki chenlap shayor dro. Nga khorang la 이식 라 코로스 남바기 상제단 장주서버 코로스 남바가 진질랍상이지 나질라 땡가 안 두바치 뭐 차고.
These blessings come from Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and enlightened beings. So, for example, in the case of Tara blessed this particular mantra
By herself.
Her concentration, her samadhi, specifically blessed this mantra, the Tara mantra, that this mantra is connected with me and will have a specific effect for practitioners reciting that. And Guru Rinpoche did the same. And all the different wisdom deities, from their realization and their samadhi, they blessed the specific mantras associated with them and made aspirations. In the future, anybody who recites this mantra, may it have this and this effect in the future. And so that element of blessings is what makes the special quality of mantra different than just ordinary words or ordinary language. Of course, when we practice and visualize ourselves, we do our own sort of blessings. But in addition to that, these are wisdom deities blessing these mantras. And so the power of mantra is a combination of the natural power of language and sound with the power of blessings from these wisdom beings combined together.
And not only that, then charang visualization jada rang tla komya da jerim komya samba taya that mangoya to kanga domna then do chamo chayor.
Not only that, but we also involves the power of visualization. We're visualizing ourselves as the deity and performing all of the different aspects of a deity practice, deity yoga, and then all of those together are what gives the practice that power.
Tamsik semba sengeji rangkom ishi semba sengeji ingni ishi rangshengi zukjik ishi nambal yo teni yenma tu tem ten tengane ten nga da lagom mikpache ten jigor.
So the samaya being is our own visualization of ourself as the deity, and the wisdom being is coming from basic space. It is a wisdom form residing in basic space that we. So if we, in the case,
magically form so
in the case of Tara, in Tara's Pure Land, somehow Tara's there, in some magical form, abiding there. So then we invite the wisdom deity.
dreamlike Tara.
We invite the wisdom deity, and the wisdom deity dissolves into us. Our own visualization is the samaya being, and the wisdom being and the samaya being dissolve into each other, become inseparable, and then we recite the mantra, visualize the deity, and so on.
You want to know more? Enough. So your main question is about mantra and different kind of mantra. Are you saying that? Yeah. So mulam toki sikden kagayore. Kashi shirap jeyagin, kashi nyingji jeya, kashi rora jeba, kashi tere tsikagayore, tsikoralaya.
Leso.
Omani pe mehung sen rowa rutuki dongal seya om, la, ma, lama yi, pe, mi, takaren toriki digi ten sabun, rowa rutuki sabun tuk, nyomongba tuk, jangja tuk, tenanga samu tang kani mani do mani pe mehung semgi ko chuki neluk de samu tang 디 냠도 도나 펜도 쳔보레 데강도 제네스게 미세기 진질라비오레.
So, in terms of your question about different kinds of mantras, they've been sort of blessed for different purposes. Some mantras are blessed specifically to give rise to wisdom, some specifically for compassion, some specifically for freedom, and so on. And so, in the case of the Avalokiteshvara mantra, each of the 6 syllables in that corresponds to the seeds for rebirth in the 6 realms of samsara. And so then the mantras connected to that and specifically blessed for compassion and for connecting and liberating beings in the 6 realms.
We have possibility to born in 6 ritu to jewege sabon yang ritu to jedebege semje de tamjege ne de wada driba nyomong salni I tubarik tuk san shayare me tuba lai tuba ta de zokanga migne de chikchiden chogi nelo sambatang 장시, 장자, 용제 되는 건가? 사람들 말하면 되네. 인스트루먼트로 mantra 임발라 된도 최고란 거 삼다야.
It's like we have the seeds within us to be reborn in any of the 6 realms, and then there are the beings that are living and experiencing the 6 realms as well. And so the purpose of the mantra and the sadhana is to purify all of that. Our own seeds that will lead to our own rebirth in the 6 realms and the beings that are experiencing that. And so it's based on the concept of what is to be purified and the agent of purification and then the result of purification and so on. And so we visualize and recite the mantra while contemplating the underlying nature of everything. And it's like the instrument is the visualization and mantra, and the meaning is pure dharma.
Then nga 가르치니 why me chanting gurubuche, why me chanting tara. 나한테 남도도 영으래. then tatela 직전에 랑기 레기 들어와. 직전에 랑기 interest could be connected with some of lay. 텐데메르 다데. 양나 때려 양나 라마치기 저랑기 이당 글란디 레샤스 you might not feel it but it is like this. Okay, la lejan데 tatele wangshould.
So then as for the question, why do particular people recite different mantras, Guru Rinpoche or Tara? Could be karmic, some karmic connection. It could be just interest, our own interest. There's a lot of, then all of our thoughts and concepts enter into that question.
Interest could be related with karma. We don't know. Very hard to distinguish. It's just pure interest, condition, or this interest is some cause from the previous connection.
Something's a previous karma or just temporary conditions. It's quite hard to distinguish. Maybe Lama just tells us, says, well, maybe you don't see it, but you have this connection with this particular deity, and you should recite this, and then they give you an empowerment and so on. That's also one possibility.
Yes, also.
Also?
Yeah. Don't
So-
go into that.
Don't go into that? Okay.
You can change one mantra, can go into many situations. Don't choose one mantra for one situation. Then you have a end of the life full of mantra, full of mantras. You can change your visualization. And you can change purpose into different situation. Same mantra. Mantra has a flexibility, fluidity. Welcome. Here.
I have two more mantra questions.
Oh. You open the wound of mantra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen many lineage holders often before you receive advanced teachings require so many 100-syllable mantras,
Right.
especially for Dzogchen.
Right.
I was wondering if you could talk to that, and also the mantra of Om Ahum, which I have often heard is like the condensation of all mantras.
Yeah. Which one you want me to answer? Om Ahum or Vajrasattva? It's a difficult question, the Vajrasattva one. Because nobody knows what level you are, what level, what karma. So in Tibet, everyone sent through one door, more safe, and have time. And most practitioners are full-time practitioners. Doesn't have a separate life. No need to pay insurance, mortgages. And life is quite simple. A lot of environment support and encouragement from many directions. So you can do Ngondo for a long time. You will finish. And you will do well. And within the Ngondo, there's a Vajrasattva, 100,000, long time. You will do authentically, correctly, or at least you will not do rush way. End of 100,000, your lungs shoot up in your head. That will not happen in Tibet. But we are in modern life. Definitely there's Ngondo needed, but what kind of Ngondo? Is the old Ngondo is still relevant? It works, not work, still we do it? Or things that are different? So Tugu Rinpoche thought a little different. I think a little different, but Chadral Rinpoche not. Chadral Rinpoche, our Dzogchen tiger. And Khyentse Rinpoche is in the middle. So it's an issue of time. So in my own experience, you give teaching, some point, point out, Dzogchen practice, and from there, people liberate. Purification mantra, you will liberate, hoping liberate, but you are not liberating now. You're hoping it will liberate, it will purify, but you are not purifying now. Some may be, but mostly not. You didn't get any Dzogchen teaching, any emptiness teaching, nothing. You're planning for that, but you're not received yet. There's no preview test. Even talking about Dzogchen, oh no. Finishing Ngondo, then come tomorrow. And that is a very tough situation. So one way is yes, one way is no. So we just stay there for a while and then see. And people will know more. Lama will know more about modern suffering, modern situation, modern neurotic. It's different from ancient neurotic. We all have neurotic from since beginning, but it's changing because of situation. I call learned habitual pattern. Learned habitual pattern. Patterns? Patterns. My learned habitual pattern pronunciation no good. So if you have time, for my recommendation, you should receive teaching, then you will know. If you don't, I never saw, I received Dzogchen teaching, I didn't like it. No, they just vanish because they didn't do practice. Mostly they practice. It's not like harm their life. But I heard many times that Ngondo practice, it put me outside of Buddhist. I heard many times. Oh, I'm stuck. I feel left full of guilt. I cannot proceed to next teaching. What shall I do? Shall I go to see someone, therapy? But therapy does not know about Ngondo. Can you be my therapy? I never trained as therapy. So, good to do Vajrasattva, Ngondo practice, wonderful, but together with natural mind, bodhicitta, understanding. If Ngondo cannot do it, but you still have this one. This one is good, but it's very hard for me to say it's good because the tiger is barking. Do you understand? Huh? Oh, sorry, tiger has passed away. Jadarubuche. Jadarubuche is very tight. And Tukujurmuche is very open. And Kenzarubuche is sort of in the middle. Say one word of something. Do properly like all the time. I respect that very much also. I'm not saying one is good, one is bad. Definitely we need a preliminary practice. So I make preliminary practice as a subtle body. I'm not substituting that, but if you want to do preliminary practice, you should have subtle body first and preliminary practice. Then every time when you burn out in the preliminary practice, handshake. And then keep going. It's a base camp practice. But you can stay with a subtle body all your life. You can be a healthy human being, functional, you know what to do. You can be your own therapist. Therapy. I teach up to shamatha without support. It's good enough. Om Ahung is the sixth syllable of body, speech, mind of enlightened beings, especially blessed also. So if you are very busy, you have a lot of commitments or mantra, I'm not saying you should do that because different models. But if you're very busy, you chant Om Ahung is sufficient sometimes, they say. Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung. Body, speech, mind. And then sometimes I'm busy, I just chant Om Ahung. Om Ahung. Om Ahung. A very long mantra, you're caught up with the mantra sound. And other things that you not have time to practice. Om Mani Padme Hum is very natural. Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung. Om Ahung is like driving, no? The whole brain will chant that. And then, and the other two brains are free to do other things while the chanting mantra. And this sound, the Hindu says that, but I don't know how sound vibrates. goes into the conscious and unconscious. I believe that. But how they say is very dramatic. So it's nice. So it goes into conscious, unconscious. We don't say that. In Tibet, we don't have that language. We go into channels, nadis, similar idea. But the modern language, you can use that. Why not? Everything is moving anyway. So go into same Hindu, Buddhist, same chakras, more or less. So go into all the chakras. It's very nice actually, altogether. But you don't know anything else, just dry Omahung, then no use. Only you get a little bit of benefit from the sound and the blessed one. These two still have. But if you need more juicy, effective, other elements should join. Next. Yeah. Huh?
My
Sorry,
hand was up first.
My mind is... What is it?
I said my hand was up first.
Yeah, I saw her first.
So Dawn's question made me think about when you said about the brain and the expression. And I remember a question that an older woman asked you, and she had just gotten diagnosed with early stage dementia. And you said, that's okay, that just keep practicing and that won't matter.
Right.
I would like to hear more about that. And also, another person asked you in this last retreat, she said she was having memory problems, and you gave this amazing teaching about the rainbow light, and I think everybody could benefit from that.
That's you can on the tape. You can look into the tape, no?
But everybody here didn't hear it, because it's small
But is
group.
it in the
It was
tape?
small group.
It's in the tape.
Small group.
Actually, I forgot, I don't say. Can you remind me, what did I say? Ah. Ah. Okay, maybe some other time.
Okay.
Actually, it's enough. Almost finished. Tomorrow. Time over. Yeah? Okay?
So Mara, ambushing Mara, clinging, grasping, all opportunity to handshake, and then rest.
Okay. Oh. Handshake. If you needed handshake, do it. If you don't need, don't make handshakeism. Handshakeism. Yeah. So just go into normal shamatha. But there's some teabag is there. No matter what, you cannot liberate. Then handshake the feeling. Or some thought nagging because of teabag. So handshake thought first, and then the teabag. But if everything working, no need to invite handshake. Just one point. Oh, where's my natural mind? Boop, come out. No need to handshake. Oh, okay, natural mind, you wait. You come later. First I do handshake. Then you come. Yeah.
Are more subtle than monster and banana.
Yeah, you can say that. Monster and banana could be a mara, but could be more subtle. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Banana and beautiful monster is more like a distorted Mara. And then really there's a Mara, look like not distorted, but relative truth also distorted. Relative truth is also distorted from some other point of view. From a human point of view, is not distorted. But a banana and beautiful mansa, from the human healthy point of view, is also distorted. That's the whole psychologist's work, is to make banana to apple. And what about apple? Carry on. Keep writing. Keep use the apple. Not joking. So no one asks question, what apple exists or not. Oh, I know. Oh, I misunderstood. I thought it's banana, but actually it's apple. Okay, thank you. Therapy. Bye-bye. But Buddhists will continue from that. That's great. But what about apple? You're free from dualistic, distorted, but not from fixation. Not free from fixation. Free from dualistic, diluted fixation, but not from healthy fixation. To be free from enlightened, you have to free from that also. So Dharma goes both ways, this way and that way. So many people use Dharma as the only therapy. Some people use Dharma as only on apple. They don't care about banana. That's also dangerous, difficult. So I have to both consider. Because that human carries both. And Dharma is for everyone. Okay, thank you. Sunam Diye Damje Zivani Tone Nyebe Dana Bamje Jing Jega Nachi Bala Dubai Siben Zolen Doan Doa Yo. By this. Chanju Zemjo Rinpoche Maje Bana Je Joroje Jeva Nyamba Mejo. Tongyin Tawa Rinpoche Maje Bana Je Joroje Jeva Nyamba Mebaya Kone Kondo Bewayo. Chuban Zeme Rinpoche Maje Bana Je Joroje Jeva Nyamba Mebaya Kone Kondo Bewayo. Ramayama Kam Oma Hong Oma Oma Yeshe Gada Dreda Dale Rigva Vesan Dorje Yudama Reza Game Goraje Zodanje Solo Jodon de Yen ye ye ga da zhe dan zha wa le ri ba we san dor je ye zhe ma re ga ga me go ro je zo dan je so lo je da 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 ye yin zhe in primary. Thank you.